Hey guys, I'm in the team room here at Schembecker Hall at the University of Michigan. We're going to interview Coach Fred Jackson, talk about how last year went, some prospects for this season, and even talk about his son Jeremy. We're here with running back coach for the Michigan football team, Fred Jackson. How are you doing, Coach?
How you doing, Ross? Good to see you.
It's good to see you too. It's been a while. Yeah.
It's been a while, but I was wondering where did the hair go?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
The fans don't know I had an afro.
Okay.
You're on the wraps.
All right.
Okay, so you've been coaching since 1992, and so you've been a part of a lot of teams.
Mm-hmm.
And prior to this year's Sugar Bowl victory, Michigan's only had one BCS win, and it was against Alabama in the 2000 Orange Bowl.
Sure.
What was it about this team that made it so much different from years past, and how did it feel getting that Sugar Bowl victory considering how the team was?
I think what Brady actually sold to this team was the fact that we were a team. We didn't have which is the so-called stars, so to speak, and he let them know that, hey, we're not a great unit if we're not playing hard together. And they bought into it, and they practiced like it. They believed in each other. They didn't feel that that was a weak link on the team, regardless to whether they're great players or not. And they played that way most of the games we played this year, and I think that attributes to the success that we had.
Now, you're from Louisiana,
Mm-hmm.
born and raised. What was it like going back to your home state? Did you get to see friends, family, anything?
Well, that's the thing about it. When you go back to your home state, what happens to you, you end up having an override of tickets. Tickets were not cheap. Nobody has money. Yes, I got to see them, and I saw them in a good way and a bad way, and that for the most part, my family had to buy them the tickets, and so it was fun though going back home and seeing a lot of guys who I played football with in college. It was a really good time.
That's great. Now, most people won't realize this, but you've been coaching here. You're going into your 19th season.
Oh no, I'm going into 21 next year.
21.
Yeah, I've coached 20 seasons, getting ready to go to 21.
21. Wow. Now, you were the only coach retained once Rich Rod came in, and you were also the only coach retained when Coach Hoke came in.
Correct.
Why do you think that was? What do you think you brought to the program that the other coaches?
I would like to attribute that to the fact that I've had very good running backs. They've had great success in this program, and I've done I think the job that they needed to do in recruiting, where I brought in players who've been productive players from out this country. And I think when you're looking for a running back coach who knows the game is to the point where he can make his players productive each week and recruit, I mean, you would have to go out and get somebody who topped that, and I think that's probably the reason why I was still retained here.
Now you talk about your success with the running backs. You've had All-Americans such as Chris Perry, Mike Hart, and this past year it almost seemed like it was running back by committee until Fitzgerald Toussaint came in.
Correct.
What do you think he needs to do for this upcoming spring and this upcoming fall to really push himself to the All-American type level?
I tell you what, right now, the thing I'm trying to build in more than anything else is knowing the offense totally so that he'll know who's blocked, who's not blocked, knowing the entire blocking scheme as opposed to a partial scheme, and also just having the confidence that, hey, I think I can be a great football player if I just do the things that's fundamentally sound within the offense. And that's what I'm working on, the small things fundamentally, but yet still the big part is for him to be able to understand everything that we're doing in the offense and doing it on a daily basis and being consistent in what he does.
Okay. Now, we're going to end on a final question.
Okay.
So, your son Jeremy plays wide receiver on the team. I've grown up with him.
That's right.
Great kid. What was it like the day he decided to put on the maize and blue? Well, as a father, what was that moment like for you?
First of all, I never thought it would happen. I thought he would go to LSU or Iowa. My family's in Baton Rouge. Les Miles offered him at LSU. Soup, who was coached him all his life, went to Iowa. So I thought he was going to one of those schools. He never told me. I never told him to come to Michigan. I never told him where not to go. And the day that he told me he was coming to Michigan was probably one of the happiest days of my life, because I finally looked at it and say, I'm going to get a chance to be on the same field, see my son like I wish I could have when he was growing up more. And that was one of the greatest feelings of my life.
What's it like working with him on a daily basis in
That's
practice?
tough. That's tough. It's tough to hear somebody yell at him. It's tough to watch him do something that not necessarily a successful thing to do, but I love my son, and there's nothing like it. And just to seeing him every day trumps anything else that he may do.
That's great. Well, thank you, Coach, for meeting us.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
We'll send it back to the studio. Fred Jackson, everyone.